Hello. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, studio.
And now, another really exciting episode of the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Boy, he said all that shy is right.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Excellent.
598.
Bonjour et bienvenue au podcast The Shy Life.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shy Life Podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How you doing? I'm all right. Yeah. So, what's this episode gonna be about? Well, it's a bit of a mystery. No, the subject is a bit of a mystery. It's all to do with August Evans and Bettina, and I should know better, really. But yeah, she's been getting me into trouble again. It's one of those things where why go the easy route when you can go the complicated route? We should have just spoken to August about the situation, but we didn't want to. No, we had to do it the hard way. But you know, it's all Bettina's fault. It is. So anyway, right. Well, let's run that theme music. When we come back, I'll tell you more. Okay, run that theme music.
Darling, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Yes, but it's a positive thing for us. The highlights, the Shy Life.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
Hello, campers. How are you? You quite like a big bang, don't you?
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. I think he has.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Yeah, I'm strangely drawn to Yeti Uncle John's ankles as well.
Has the Shy Life Podcast slowed down? I don't think so.
It's all gooey and meaty. Yum.
Has anyone seen my hot sausage?
I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life Podcast.
I like that.
Yeah.
Marvellous, Paul.
So, listeners, what am I talking about? Well, if you remember, I mean, to be fair, August has been very evasive himself. I mean, it's understandable. It's his life. It's his experience. And the trouble is, he doesn't know what his experience is. I'm referring to that year, 2020, when he was missing. He was missing for a whole year. Well, almost a whole year. I mean, it turns out he wasn't, but he was. Oh dear, I'm not explaining this very well. As you will remember, he turned up in Pickle Hollow, or I should say Damius turned up in Pickle Hollow, calling himself August Evans, looking quite different, being an artist, and he was accepted into the Pickle Hollow community, and yet somehow managed never to bump into Aunt Tappy or Toppy, but you know, these things happen. But it's the first 6 months after the wedding where he vanished that is the big mystery. Now, he's been trying to find out what happened to himself. He's beginning to remember things, but it's all very vague. He's vanished a few times where it appears he's been investigating. The thing is, I think the reason that Bettina justifies what happens in today's episode is that, you know, August did tell Porky Pies. He told lies about where he'd been so that he could investigate, rather than involving all of us or asking for our help, or at least saying, look, I'm going to investigate this. No, he told lies about having gallery exhibitions in Pickle Hollow whilst he was missing. I have managed to get him to talk to me a couple of times, but only very vaguely about what's been going on. And last time he returned with a mysterious box, which then sort of vanished, and we never found out what was in it. And he's gone back to not being very communicative about what he's gone through. Anyway, so there we are, a mystery. A mysterious box, Paul. Yes, Cromitty, a mysterious box. And we're desperate to find out what's in it. I do feel that we slightly did the wrong thing. We should be confronting August and saying, come on, we know about all this. Be open and honest with us, and then we can help you. It probably would have been better, Paul, but, that's not the way that Bettina went, for right or wrong. And, when she asks you to do something, it's hard not to. It is. She called me up one day, considering that she herself has had quite a lot going on recently. As you'll remember, she fell off that ladder, regressed about 60 years, and that took a while to sort out. She's all back to normal now. She's doing well again. But she has had a lot to contend with. You'll also remember the garden party. I mean, we got through that, but Tallulah still acting very oddly. She's not herself. I mean, she was confronted by a vampire, but I don't know. It really did send her into a tailspin. I don't know. She won't see anybody. She's a lot tougher than she used to be. You could say that, that it's made her a stronger person, but she's not the Tallulah we know, and is worrying. It's worrying Martin. But I'm sure we'll come back to that at a later point. I want to tell you about when Bettina called me up. Oh yes, Paul. By way of explaining how you got involved. Yes, by way of explaining how I got involved. Now, here you go.
It's me. Bettina, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? You a lot better?
Yes. I'm only beginning to realise quite what a palaver I put you through, darlings. Oh dear, falling off that ladder like that. Why did nobody tell me?
What happened?
Yes, I feel like an idiot, darling. Thinking it was the 1960s, the 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s, etc. I feel awful about how I reacted to Aunt Tappy. I'm surprised she ever forgave me, but, she has, because she's lovely.
You were ill. You couldn't help it. It was a strange circumstance, not quite knowing what decade you'd be in, and I was hoping that Tappy would help you, speak to you, and it would trigger something. But the trouble is, by the time I got round to talking to her, you were already in the 1990s and in the phase when you weren't talking to her.
Oh, darling, I hate to even think about that. That's dreadful. It's dreadful that we fell out. for so many years. What was it like? 1989 to 2016. That's over 25 years, darling. 25 years of friendship with Tappy lost because we fell out over a boy. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Why did we do it? My best friend, golly.
Well, I don't know what to say, Bettina. It's dreadful, it's awful, but you had all those years of friendship before, and you've been friends again now for, 5 years or something, and...
Oh, I know. We can't do anything about it. We really can't. But, oh well.
And you mustn't feel bad for being ill, Bettina. You couldn't help what you went through, and...
Well, thank goodness for Cromitty for speeding it up. I'd still be in the late 2000s, probably.
Yeah. Oh, well, we turned our back for a moment, and Cromitty seems to think that the fact that you argued with Aunt Tappy, or you were sort of furious that she'd called you, sort of helped him use that hypnosis technique.
Oh, yes, darling, he said, look, this is what I called about, but I need your help.
Oh, dear. What now?
Oh, I need you to cause a distraction. No, I need you to sneak around upstairs in my house whilst I cause a distraction.
Really? What's this about?
I know where the mysterious box is.
The mysterious box?
The mysterious box that he brought back. That time he went away and then came back again.
I still feel bad about that, Bettina. The fact that we kept that from you, what he was doing.
Oh, darling, it's water under the bridge. Difficult to know what to do in this circumstance, but I found out. Of course I found out. And I'm not cross with you.
Well, I still feel bad, but oh, golly, I've forgotten about that box. I've forgotten you knew about that box.
I know about everything, darling. Nothing passes me by.
Well, okay. If you know where the box is, why do you need our help?
Because it's in one of the spare bedrooms, under the bed. He's hidden it there. Well, he thinks he's hidden it. I can't get to it. I can't go down on my hands and knees and shuffle about.
Well, nor can I. Well, I expect I can ask Yeti Uncle John or Ick or Cromitty to come along.
Oh, please do.
I'll see who I can find. When do you want us?
As soon as possible, darling. Come over for tea. I'll say you're coming.
Oh, dear. Well, why don't we just ask him about the box?
Oh, no, darling. No. I want to see what we're dealing with first. He's gone very secretive about this whole thing. I think it's because he knows he lied. He possibly doesn't know that I know he lied. But anyway, I think he's feeling bad about lying. I mean, I completely understand why he lied, because he's trying to find out about 6 months of his life that, that he'd forgotten about.
Well, yeah. Okay, well, I'll see who's free.
All right, darling. I'll see you soon. Let me know.
I will. All right, I will. So, Paul, what did you do? Listening to that conversation reminds me that, I hadn't, it's probably self-evident, but of course, this box links to that mysterious 6 months where we didn't know where he was, and he doesn't know where he was, and, before he went to Pickle Hollow, And, I think the listeners realise this, Paul. You don't need to explain any more. Yes, okay. So what did I do? Well, nobody was around. Nobody was about. Well, Ick was about, but he didn't want to get involved. At least, well, we'll come to that. You were busy. Where were you? Oh, I was with Milo. I was going away for the weekend. Yes, that's right. Yes. So you couldn't help. What was Yeti Uncle John doing? I think he was, he'd got booked up with taxi rides. Yeah. He was busy with work. Martin and Tallulah didn't want to bother. And Ick, well, I did record the message I made with Ick.
Paul, I won't get involved. It seems wrong.
Well, that's fair enough. I don't rightly know whether it was the best thing to do. Agree to help her. But,
What about Toppy?
Toppy?
Yes, isn't he coming over?
Oh, you're right. Yes. Toppy's coming over to do some recording. Well, I guess, I guess I could ask him.
He'll help you.
Yes.
And I'm helping you, in a way, because I'm going to pick him up in about 2 hours' time.
Oh, yeah. It's today, isn't it? I lose track because of the time differences.
Yes. He'll be here by tea time.
Okay, well, yeah, we could either go straight over or we could see her tomorrow. I'll have a think about that. Yeah, Toppy will be the one to help. Yes. It's a shame Aunt Tappy isn't coming as well.
Oh, yes. There was a bit of trouble between them.
Well, it wasn't really trouble. It was Aunt Tappy trying to help me and Bettina thinking it was the 1990s and being cross because they weren't friends at that point. But no, that's all been smoothed over because Aunt Tappy realised that Bettina was unwell.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes. I know what you mean. It would be easier just to speak to August and say, what's in that box? But that's not what's going to happen.
No, I suppose not.
Anyway, well, you go and pick Toppy up. I might find out if Yeti Uncle John is free to drop us at Bettina's house. But anyway.
Yes, well, I'll go and pick him up for you.
Thank you. Yes. I can't remember what we were recording now. But anyway, it's a good excuse to get him involved in some skullduggery.
Skullduggery? What's that?
Oh, just means pranks. Well, it's not really a prank, but it's tiptoeing around, doing things we shouldn't be. Well, I guess it's a box that's on Bettina's property, but, anyway.
Oh dear. You do get involved in things.
Don't I just? Anyway, listeners, I think it's time for either a Sutton Park clip or a quiz or something. When we come back, Toppy will be here and we'll be heading over to Bettina's. Yeah, okay. Have a listen.
Hello again. Well, after being defeated in the derby, thank goodness for Valgard, I can't say that the idea of going on holiday with Jay and Owen is necessarily the best thing I really want to do, but there you go. Anyway, after our lucky escape, let's say, in the derby, no thanks to him. You weren't very good, were you? You didn't choose the right horse. Thank goodness for Valgard, as I said. Anyway, there's a big car there. Here's a Mini. Anyway, after that, near escape in the derby, we come out again. We're now going to be humiliated again. So probably some more music. Yes, we're going bowling now. Yes, 2 humiliations in one day. You're just lucky that Valgard won and said you could come on holiday instead. I don't know. Well, admittedly, it was a difficult choice, and none of the favourites won, because he's such a favourite back at him, so I don't know. Still, well, I used to forget to go on holiday, but obviously Valgard gets to choose where we go. Hopefully it's going to be interesting. But, now where are we?
We're by the side of the big mark.
Okay, the way this works, and we'll do it as quick as we can, keep all your interest, so you can get back to the drinking and any dancing you might be going to get up to later. Now the way this works, still will draw
this way.
A number. The prize is in numerical order. Mary Smythe picks a raffle ticket, and whoever is lucky enough to have the raffle ticket wins the prize. Okay, first prize drawn is the presentation wine pack card donated by Riverside Wine. And it goes to...
Anyway, what? Down there? Down there. Dear, I do. And, yes. Right, yeah, I think Valgard's trying to sort out the business about that phone call. Because I'm sure it definitely said like Basil, but the phone got like either cut off or something. He's going to try and trace it back and see if he can find out what was going on with there. But anyway, we had a lucky escape, so we do get to go on holiday. But well, I'm going to do some bowling now. I'll speak to you later. Bye. Are you going to toss your balls this evening? Double entendre mode switched off there. Well, I don't know. I don't know how well he took it. Jay and Owen coming on holiday, but you'd think they'd be pleased. I think they'd be pleased. I'm paying for their holiday and Callum couldn't get it right. Oh yeah, well it is dark now. I wonder what time he's going to get back. Oh, I don't know. It's nearly dawn. It really is, it's nearly dawn. And I've been tracing that phone call and
one focus of the village community.
Clive definitely thinks that there is a connection.
But supply teacher Jackie Brinsley can't afford to live in the village where she spent her childhood. And Hanker to himself.
It's 1:41 a.m. It's 1:41 a.m.
Yes.
As a second home, how do you feel?
Slightly put out, but if she mixes in with the village and provides the community that we need, then she's acceptable, I suppose.
I don't know. Yes, that phone call, there was definitely something, let's say, suspicious about it. I'm not quite sure. I couldn't locate exactly where it came from. Oh, it's a bit of a mystery there. Oh dear. Almost as much a mystery as where Paul is. I suppose they must have stayed over after the bowling. It's going to be sunrise in 10-15 minutes. I wonder where he is.
Dead. I'll tell you, Van Orben. Never seen the dead man.
Tis Basil. Tis Basil. I must transform myself into a human form and do the deadly deed.
Zanzibar, where are we going? I hear noises. Are we going to speak to the executives yet? Zanzibar, do not walk away from me.
Yeah, that is... yes, that is far better. Using this voice of mine, as opposed to the usual back of one, it seems to be hurting my throat too much. Never mind. I have my voice back again. I can talk to the others. Yes, again.
No. No, I do not like dogs. But when do we get to meet the executives? They are getting away.
Shut up, you stupid toad. Do not worry. We have not got any problems whatsoever. For the further away they go, then the more easily they will be caught. Do you not understand that sooner or later they will settle down somewhere? Somewhere where they will have a false sense of security. The executives will be with us soon. Do not worry. And then all will be arranged. And we shall win through into the end. Shut up.
Well, I only hope you are right. I just hope. I just hope you are right. Just a minute. We've got to rest. We've got to rest. I can't go any further. I can't go any further. We must rest. I can't go any further. Blimey. Stop shouting, Director. You're just going to get us caught, aren't you? Blimey. You're just going to get us caught. I want to rest as much as you, but John wants us to keep moving. So we got to, yeah? Stop it. I can't go any further. You have to, come on. We'll lose them. Oh. Okay. Listen, come here, I'll give you a piggyback. Oh, blimey, come on, I'll move back. God, blimey, you're heavy. Oh, God. Go. Hampton? Hampton, where they gone to? Oh, you know. Oh, you just... Hampton. We've lost them. Oh, God, everyone's so slow on this service. We're never going to get out of here, are we? We can't... But they're just so tired, John. You've got to accept it. We've got to rest. For goodness sake, we just can't keep on like this without some sort of rest. Look, blimey, even the trees need a rest sometimes. Look, get off! God, blimey. I don't know. You really don't know. They want me to help them, but they just can't keep up. If I say we rest, we rest. But if I say we don't rest, we don't rest. Ugh. Well, I'll bet I'll just have to rest. Okay then, we'll sit around here and we'll wait till they catch up. But we can't keep doing this, Hampton. We can't keep doing this. Okay. Okay, I know what you're saying. Alright. We'll wait. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Gustav Jr. and Abaddon have found their way out of the laboratory whilst Horn and the Mummy are absent. This can only mean trouble. Huh. Hello. Yes. What's that? Anyway, hello. Yes, you must wonder who I am. Well, I went bowling last night, and we went bowling, quite a long way away from where we normally be. So I stayed over at a friend house, and well, oh dear, it's starting to rain now. I'm gonna have to talk to you later. I got the other camera working again, you can see, but if it gets wet, it's not going to work for much longer. Oh, dear. Listen, you got my costume there. I need my glove. You got the glove. You can keep the coat. I need the glove. No, not that. That's your hand. The glove. I need the glove. Thank you. What? No, that's the... I need my...
Oh, you can't get the staff these days.
Yeah, as I was saying, I went and stayed over at some other friend's house. You saw some of them there, James and Michelle and Tim, and Callum went off to see his parents today, and I just sort of stayed around here for a bit of filming. It was quite nice though. We're quite near Hampton Court.
I just decided to record this because you never know. We might have 3 minutes that's gold.
Well, I've got an idea for an episode as well, after we've discussed the other plans and stuff as well.
Okay. No, I was just thinking about your dreams because I find dreaming fascinating, and a lot of my dreams that I remember are kind of fun and adventurous and kind of kooky.
I wish if I hadn't realised it was real, if I hadn't realised it was a dream, well, if I was paying more attention, I didn't think I was going to read it again, I would have actually tried to remember what it was I'd read, and then I could have said, you were talking to so-and-so and so-and-so, because it did feel like, it was like a bit like with the camping one, or one of those sort of ones where you've been somewhere and somebody was a guest because you were there, and it was that sort of episode. I didn't remember anything more than that. But
yeah,
I was kind of disappointed when I couldn't find the episode. It doesn't exist.
That's funny.
I could keep going back.
That's funny. I have some adventurous dreams that at some point, usually close to the end, I say in my dream, I say to myself, "Oh my God, this would make a great movie. This is genius."
Do have one a bit like that, which I think I've kept a note of, and thought I might make it into an episode of the podcast, because I don't think I can be bothered to write a novel or like that. I can be bothered to do that anymore. Maybe a few years ago I would have gone and written it, but now I'm kind of like, oh, how can I ad-lib that into in an hour?
Right.
It's like shorthand and it was for a lot less hard work, but probably a lot more immediate and a lot more. If you can turn something you're going to write as a book into a podcast, then there's more chance of people actually hearing it, because people don't buy your book, not your books. People don't rush to buy books. I know that from having written so many. But with podcasts, there's a bit more of a chance because they're not paying for it, that they'll listen to it, and also, it can sound, you have some fun doing it as well. Whereas writing is very lonely.
It's interesting because it's I've come to find podcasting in that same way, in that once upon a time, I would have drawn it all in a comic book form, but I haven't done that in years, because somehow doing it as audio has filled the bill, but also I've been able to do pretty much the same thing in audio form. Actually, a lot more.
You must enjoy the acting side of it as well. If it's like I do, the actual playing it out. It's like an extension of like going out and playing in the schoolyard or whatever. Or you don't usually get to do that when you're an adult. So we get to do that in a way that if you're doing a script or doing somebody else's script, you're either doing somebody else's work or you're having to sit for ages writing it and polishing it, whereas your process might be different to mine, but I literally sit down with a few pointers and see what comes out.
Yeah, basically that's what I do, although I usually maybe have more than a few pointers. But I rarely know how things are going to actually turn out. I have a vague notion, and I'm kind of going for it. But since all the dialogue is ad-libbed, like stuff can come into it that, like, where did that come from? I have no idea. But it's there now. Well, let me tell you what started this whole thing. Is I was happily listening to your podcast, and listen to 500 and 501 and stuff. And it's when we were having our little pretend argument.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was thinking, damn, boy, if only I'd been more aware that this was happening, I could have been doing this little argument on my podcast too, and we'd be more in sync. And I was thinking, yeah, gee, I wish that could happen. And then I realized, God, we work so differently, and our product comes out. I just called our stuff a product. Our product comes out, like there's like a lot of time in between my episodes and then yours. How could we ever time it? And I was just trying to geez, too bad we can't do that. And then I sort of thought of a way that maybe we could. So let me describe this. So that's my thinking is, I was just thinking, doggone it, I wish we could have our stories more intertwined, podcast to podcast. That's where I was thinking. So I set about trying to figure out, how could we do it? And I arrived at this. What if you and I came up with a storyline that involved some or all, or maybe even one of our characters each? It doesn't have to be everybody. But anyways, what if we came up with a story, hammered it out, and maybe even produced it? And it would be like the story. And then it would be done. And, maybe there'd be one episode of the Smellcast that had part of the story, an episode, maybe the Shy Life podcast finishes it, something like that. And then what if those were produced and done and just sat on a shelf? And then when time is right, and it'd actually be more you would have something that hints at the storyline, or maybe introduces it, or starts the ball rolling, and it would just be like a minute or two, or just it could even be a passing comment, and then maybe if I knew you did that, whatever episode I'm on, I could also make a reference to it somehow, or even act out a little something. I don't know. And then maybe it could be referenced again in the next episode of the Smellcast, and in the next episode of the Shy Life podcast. And we kind of build up the momentum. And when the time is right, we've got the actual story done, and I could play part one on the Smellcast, and you'd be right there to pop in part two. Did anything I just said make any sense?
Yeah, and I don't think that is so difficult because, for instance, I've done loads of episodes in advance. Every time I want to do a story episode and I've got a spare afternoon or some spare time, I've been ad-libbing episodes. But these could well last. Well, and I'll keep adding to them. So as I am beginning to use the ones I did a couple of months ago. But then the other Saturday, I had some time to kill, and I recorded an episode where I'm stuck on a railway station, and I recorded it on an actual railway station, doing the characters, and I've just put it out now. But I made sure that it didn't, even though it had all the characters, it didn't link to any. The plot line was just, Paul's stuck on a railway station. How is he going to kill the time? Mm-hmm. So there's no reason that things can't be inserted in between, even though there are other stories on my show. There's no reason that other things can't be, or dropped in, or the way I do the end of my episodes where I keep coming back. There's no reason that even if it was a music episode, that I couldn't come back and be chatting to Ick about something and mention whatever it needs to be mentioned.
Okay. All right.
So it's quite doable.
Let me get this out before I forget. Okay, along the lines of trying to figure out how we could more, what do I want to say, chronologically connect leading up to stories. I was thinking, well, what could we do? What if, Paul, Oh my God, this would just be a gag more than a storyline. But what if you were? I was on your. It could work both ways. What if I was on the Shy Life podcast and we were doing whatever, and we get to the end and you do your usual coming back thing? What if, I'm going along with it, and then you go to something else, and then you come back to it again. I said, Paul, I gotta go. I thought we reached the end, and you could say, well, there's just a little bit more. So, okay, but I've got Icus picking me up in like 5 minutes, and then we go away, and then you come back to it again. I'd say, Paul, I have to go. So we could have a whole gag about the way you come back and never end your episode, or even like for some reason it's impossible to end, and we're trapped in the podcast that never ends.
Yeah.
That would be a funny.
Yeah, there's something else that what also reminds me of an episode. There's an episode of a show called Sapphire and Steel where they get trapped. They usually get away from things and they get. I've done one where we've had like a time slip where we've been, or some of them are trapped in a time bubble. Mm-hmm. But it's quite unless you're going to use material. I can't remember what I did. I think I might have reused some of the material, but acting out. They did it in Doctor Who too, and you could tell they were acting that it was repeating rather than it being the same footage again. And it's quite hard to particularly if you're acting on screen, to recreate something you did each time in a sort of time loop thing. But yeah, we should definitely do that.
So you're coming over now, darlings?
Yes. I'm just going to speak to Yeti Uncle John. I think he's free to drive us over. Toppy's here. He's just having a little rest, and then we'll come straight over.
Good. Oh, good, darling. Well, I think possibly I'll send you both straight upstairs as soon as you arrive. Maybe before August even notices you're here. Or if he does notice, I'll just say you both need the loo.
All right, whatever.
Anyway, I'll see you soon.
Yes, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye, darling. Bye-bye.
Oh, dear. I don't know. She just get me involved in some pickles, doesn't she, listeners? Just popping over to Yeti Uncle John's to make sure he's ready. I've told Toppy all about what she wants us to do. He's good on his hands and knees, apparently. Well, he assures me he is. But anyway. Oh, Paul. There you are. What's going on? Just wanted to know if you're still ready to take us over to Bettina's. Oh, yes. Yes, you're off to help her with some mystery. Well, that's a long story. Yes, she wants our help. But, I don't know why. I'm unable to clamber under beds. Well, it's a good thing that Toppy's here. Yeah, well, we could have just waited until you were free or Cromitty was back from his trip with Milo, but no, it had to be today. I'm terribly sorry, Paul. I am rather busy, so otherwise I would have helped. Yeah. Well, I wish you'd just be honest with August, but yes, well, complications. Anyway, I'm ready to take you over there now if you're ready. Yes, Toppy was just resting up, but I told him I was just going to fetch you. I know you often have your phone on mute. Yeah, well, I do sometimes, or I'm listening to music with the magpies and I get distracted. I don't hear my phone. That's fine. Yeah, we'll be ready. Thanks for this. No problems, Paul. I'm intrigued as to what's in this box as much as you are. Yes, well, maybe one day soon we'll find out exactly where August was, all those months in early 2000 before we went to Pickle Hollow. Yes, well, it is a mystery. It is a mystery. Okay, right, let's go. Yes, come on, let's go.
August's not here. I need you to go up to the third floor, the third door along, and I think that's where he's hiding that box.
All right. Yeah, I know. I told Toppy that I was too nervous to do it by myself, and Toppy.
Yeah. Bettina, Paul said come over and we're going to creep around the house, and I'm really into creeping, so I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, darling, yes, Aunt Tappy told me. Yes, she did say you could be a creep at times.
Oh, dear.
Well, let's creep.
Come on, Paul. Oh, you creep first. I'll follow.
Hey, Toppy.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit aware that I got you over to Bettina's house.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to sort of make amends for some of the things that happened to us.
Yeah.
In that garden party, but
I
told you about this, this whole business where August has been beginning to remember things about what happened to him.
Yeah.
First vanished when he was somewhere before he arrived at Pickle Hollow. And you'll remember that he went missing a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he was at Pickle Hollow and he wasn't, but we don't know where he was.
Yeah.
When he came back, he had this box, and nobody really got to see what was in it. And anyway,
so you don't know what's in it?
But I've been doing some research, and I know where he's been keeping it.
Ooh, where?
In one of the spare bedrooms.
Oh,
at the top of the house, under the bed, and it's taken me quite a long time to I've been creeping around every time I come over to Bettina's. Bettina's been helping because obviously she wants to know what's in it as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
She's going to be keeping August busy downstairs.
Ooh, yeah. Paul, I love creeping around. Can I join you? I want to do it too.
Yeah, I want you to creep with me as well.
Okay.
I'll just be too nervous doing it myself.
Yeah. Okay. This is exciting. Yeah.
In this room here.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is fun creeping. Ew, looking around. Oh.
Under the bed here, I think.
Who the hell sleeps here, Paul?
It's just a spare bedroom, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why he didn't put it in the safe, but he's obviously...
Yeah.
It's where...
But it's got one of those beds that has a canopy on it. It's got... Paul, there was this really great movie once where people slept on this bed with a canopy, and then this guy behind the wall would crank it, and the canopy would come down and crush the people in the bed. Isn't that great?
Well, it sounds great. Although I wouldn't be very happy if I'd gone to a hotel where that happened to me. But
no, creeping.
I wouldn't be paying my bill at the end.
I'm creeping around.
Yeah, it's just
This is fun.
I can't. Because of my bad legs and stuff. I can't really get down on my hands and knees too well. But
okay.
I thought if you could just look under the bed and bring the box out.
Well, how do you know it's? Wait a minute. How do you know it's under the bed?
Because Bettina said that's where she thought it was.
Oh, okay. All right. Because the first place I was going to look was on top of the wardrobe. But if you're saying it's under the bed, then we'll just go right there.
Well, look, we can look under the bed.
No, I mean, you're ruining the creeping thing. If I can't creep around in this room, look. No, I'm going to go right to under the bed. Okay, we'll just skip the creeping. We'll go right under. Okay, let me get that for you. I'm going to. Oh, it's way under there. I got to reach. Okay. I pulled it. It's kind of heavy. Pull it up there. A lot of dust on it. Yeah.
It's not been under there that long. I don't know how it's got that dusty.
Well, look, it's got a key. It's locked.
What? Well, I guess I expected that. But can we pick? Have we got anything we can pick the lock with?
Oh, I got a hairpin because I like wearing hats and I pin it to my.
John, because he's bound to have a master keys or whatever skeleton.
Well, no, he's like an expert locksmith. He could he could pick any lock. And anyway, he's an escape artist. I taught him how to escape. Anyways,
I don't know what's in there. Must be some clue, something that will give us a clue to.
I don't know.
He went when he vanished.
Should I shake it?
Shake it a bit.
All right. Ooh, what is that?
Strange sound.
I don't know. Ooh, I'm getting the willies. I don't know. Should we be doing this?
Well, the listeners will want to know what's in the box.
Well, I know we're creating suspense, and then the audience is anticipating now. Like, they're really curious what's in the box now, because we're curious. See, that's how it works. We creep around, we be curious. Now the audience, let's see, that's how you get them.
Thing is, the listeners can't necessarily expect the resolution to this in this episode.
No, not on the Shy Life podcast, you don't.
Podcast, no.
No, I know how it goes. Yeah.
Do you think it could be? Is there nothing breathing inside it? I can't hear anything breathing.
Oh, God, that happened on Dark Shadows once.
What, beating heart? Wasn't it?
No, it was like a box that had someone you could hear breathing coming out of the box. It was spooky. Anyways, it was during the Leviathans. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Oh my God, I hear someone coming.
Oh.
Footsteps. Oh, shove the thing under the bed. Get it.
What's going on? What are you doing in this bedroom?
Oh,
August, sorry.
August.
I was just trying to show Toppy.
He wanted to show me this canopy bed. It's so cute. Oh, look at that bed.
And also the view out of the window, because it's got a good view over the fish pond where we emerged during the party.
Good one, Paul. Yeah, the fish pond. Look at the fish. Have you seen the fish pond from here? Oh my God, it's so amazing.
Oh well, I don't know, but tea's ready, so it's time to come downstairs.
Paul, tea's ready. We should. Right. Thanks for showing me the canopy bed. Boy, am I glad I saw the canopy bed. But we can leave now.
We're able to see it. We can come back. Another time. We know it's here now.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go downstairs.
Okay.
Sorry, August.
It's okay, Paul. I just didn't want you to miss your tea.
Yeah, we weren't looking under the bed or nothing.
No, we weren't.
Darling, tell you what, I wondered where you got to.
We were creeping, like we said.
Yes, we were creeping upstairs in that room, and also looking out the window because there's a great view.
But Tina, what happened? You were supposed to keep him busy.
I did my best, darling. He has much better hearing than I. He could hear you creeping upstairs.
Oh, Paul, I told you were creeping too loudly. Jeez.
But don't worry, he didn't see we got the box back under the bed, but there definitely is a box under there.
Yeah. I covered our asses. I said, Paul brought me in here to see the canopy. And he bought the whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. He was convinced.
And then Paul had another lame story about looking at the pond, and I went with it. Because then I said, look at the pond down. And he bought that too.
Well, at least we know it's up there.
Look, Bettina, I just want to ask, if you knew it was in that room, why did you not go in that room? I mean, we don't mind helping, but I mean, Poppy loves any opportunity to creep around.
Yeah.
Oh, darling, that room's haunted. I never go in there.
What do you mean haunted?
I didn't see a ghost in there. But maybe it was there and I wasn't even looking for it.
Oh God, that's spooky.
Don't worry, dear. Come on, let's go and have some tea. Well, I'm sure there'll be more opportunities.
I guess the thing you need to know, Bettina, is we found out that box is locked. So there's a key somewhere. I don't know if you know where, but if you guys ever gonna get it, but you're gonna need a key.
Well, okay, yes. Well, it gives me something to think about. We'll get that box open. It's the last thing we do.
Okay. Well, that creeping tired me out, man.
Yeah, I do. Let's go and have some tea there.
All right.
So, listeners, we didn't get a proper look under the bed. Well, we got the box out, but we didn't get it open. So we had to go down to have some tea, and that distracted us. We were busy talking with Bettina. We didn't notice that August wasn't there the whole time, but we got so busy chatting, and it's rare to have Toppy there by himself. And anyway, we sneaked back up to the room later, and I suppose you can probably guess what we found or didn't find. Oh dear, listeners, what a mess. We were too slow, much too slow. This mystery's never going to get solved, is it? So, Paul, the box was gone. The box was gone, yeah. I don't know where it went. Well, all we do know is that August was obviously on to us, and by the time we got back upstairs, it was gone. Oh dear. And Bettina still hasn't confronted him about it. No, she's not. Which is a palaver, which is a complication. But anyway, I'm sure we'll find it eventually, or she'll just ask him outright. There's so many other things going on at the moment. And did your recording with Toppy go well? Yes, we recorded bits for the Smellcast and bits for future episodes of the Charlotte podcast. So it wasn't a wasted trip for Toppy.
I had an idea. This isn't the thing I want to record later, but I thought another crossover is that we could decide that we're going to build some sort of space station, which kind of unites our two podcasts. It's a bit like how they do those international space stations. We could decide we're going to build some sort of space station, but Originally, I thought we'd be building it in space, but actually we could just be building it in Pickle Hollow or somewhere, and then we can't work out how to get it up into space. And it's like I can't do that. So,
we should have built it out in space to begin with.
Yeah.
Now it's useless.
Or we try and build a big tower and hope it'll then start floating up or something. I don't know.
I could see that storyline like beginning with Roger Bunting, big brain Roger Bunting, the professor at Cromwell, and like he's initiates some sort of, who knows what, building a rocket. I don't know. And then like calls Ick to consult with him on space travel. And all that could lead to building a space station. You know what? I also thought of, for some reason, I thought, how fun would it be if you and I just, and Sassy, got on Ick's spaceship for a joyride, but ended up lost in space for a time. And it would be you and Ick and me and Sassy just getting into stupid, crazy trouble, zipping around space while we're lost for a time.
We could definitely do that. I'm going to be doing something kind of similar, but then we can make sure this is but it's different because the characters are different. I've been planning to do an episode with Troby where he and Ick go out, and Troby sort of, because he obviously Troby talks about the stars a lot, and then we could do something, but that could even be a part one or prelude to doing your idea.
Or how about this? We're lost, so you contact Troby, through some space transistor radio or something, and we try to figure out where we are based on questions, or you could just insert the conversation with Troby.
We could even do it that we experience a sort of like a shiver through time, for want of better, and we pick up something, a spaceship, and it's like, but that's when we get back, it's, well, that was us we saw in the future, trapped in a I don't know, being sucked down into a black hole or something, and then when we investigate it, we can find that it was the story with you and I and Ick and Sassy. They could be it could be a sort of mystery. What was that? We saw a ship in distress, and then we look and we see, well, it was our ship in distress, but obviously from a vision from the future or something.
We could.
Because then at least it sort of it makes it sound, well, it shows that we did it. The thing is repeated deliberately because it's part of the story. But actually, the two segments can be. It doesn't have to be difficult for us to record our episode. We just have to. We in our episode we see a vision from the past of Ick's ship. I don't know.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be too difficult to.
I mean, this might be too ambitious to do and too hard. But it's just that I would love to do it sometime. And Lost in Space lends itself. What if we did a mega crossover that would go from Shy Life to Smellcast, and be like 6 episodes, an adventure that goes on, each of us doing 3 of them, just for instance. Anyways, I don't know if that's too ambitious, but it's just simply something I would love to do. Like a mega long, like we're lost in space for a good 3 episodes each.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's too ambitious for us.
There you go.
It's just that everybody else is unambitious. We're out there to do ambitious things.
I can even see, one way we could do it. Get together like this, and then totally improvise scene after scene. Like, okay, right now we're going into a meteor shower, and that's all we set up, and we just improvise that scene, improvise another scene that's unrelated, and then in the editing process, like go back and link them. And anyways, it's just one way we could do it, improvising the whole damn thing. And it could get, I mean, we can make it as kooky and utterly chaotic and nutty as we want it.
And where is Bettina now? She's actually over in Pickle Hollow, catching up with Aunt Tappy. Oh, that's good, Paul. That's good. And is August with her? Oh, now you mention it, no, he's not. Paul, he could be doing more mysterious things. Hadn't even thought about that. He could be. Oh, dear. Well, we can't be chasing him all the time. I'm surprised she didn't insist he came with her. But it's only for a day or two. Do you think he'll get up to more monkey business? Well, who knows? A bit late now, isn't it? I guess it is. Oh, well. I just hope everything's all right. Maybe I should give him a call. You think you should, Paul? All right. Listeners, that's all we've got time for. We've got plenty of episodes in the can. One day we'll solve this mystery. I promise. Oh, yes, one day. But anyway, join us again soon for more episodes. You take care. All right. Bye-bye for now. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Hello, August Evans. Can I help?
August, it's me, Paul.
Oh, hello, Paul. How are you? I'm afraid Bettina's out. Well, she's away this weekend.
Yes, we know. I know. Sorry. I know, yeah, she's with Aunt Tappy, isn't she, in Pickle Hollow?
Yes, with Aunt Tappy, trying to get back to normal.
Yes, of course. Well, they had that little argument, but I know Tappy didn't blame her, but I guess Bettina feels bad.
She does, yes.
I just wanted to know if you were okay, that you're by yourself. Well, I presume you're by yourself. Did you want any company?
No, Paul, I'm busy with painting and things. I'm fine. I've got a load of microwave meals. I might go out to dinner. But no, it's fine. But thank you for asking.
Well, if you did need any company or you needed any help with anything or, we could always pop over.
No, Paul, it's fine. I'm fine. Yes, thank you for asking. Anyway, I better go. I think I just heard a ding. I think my tea's ready.
Oh, right. Okay, bye for now.
Goodbye, Paul. Thank you. Thank you again for calling.
No probs. I wonder. Perhaps we should have just turned up unannounced in case he is involved in something. Well, at least, the thing is, it's not like the old days of ringing the landline. There's no proof he was even in his house. I called his mobile. He could have been anywhere. Oh, dear. I shouldn't doubt him. But it's difficult not to, isn't it? Oh, anyway, I can hear the theme music, so I better go. We will solve this mystery one day or another. I promise, listeners, I promise.
I gotta go now! Bye!
I want to go with you!
Gotta go! Bye!
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
It's been good, but yeah, definitely time to come home now.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear. What's going on now?
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast. Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
Hello, it's me, August. All right, Damius. I just wanted to know if my box is okay, and you're looking after it. Yes. Well, somebody tried to break into it. It's not safe in my house. No, you'll have to look after it. Maybe for a few months. Nobody must find out what's in it. Nobody. Don't you dare open it either. No. Well, I'll make it worth your while. Friends of Bettina were snuffling around upstairs. They found it, but Bettina knows about the box, but until now she hadn't, tried to open it. But obviously curiosity has got the better of her. Yes. No. Well, she mustn't find out. Good. I'm glad you understand. I better go.
Hey, Toffee, it's me, Paul.
Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I got some news about, remember when we did that creeping?
Oh, do I? That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, but I still feel like it was all a bit short notice. We could have planned better. We could have. It was all a bit sort of, rush, and
a little bit. I mean, I kind of would have liked a resolution. I kind of would have liked to have seen what was in that box, but
I haven't got a resolution, but I do have news from Bettina.
Yeah. But it's the Shy Life Podcast, and of course it was continued to another episode. So, I don't know.
Bettina called today. She found a bunch of keys.
Oh.
She thought that one of the keys might open the box.
Yeah.
But she, I wasn't there, but Martin was over helping with some gardening and some like general handyman type things.
Yeah.
And she asked him to go into the bedroom just to check on something under the bed.
Did she want him to smell it?
Well, maybe. The only thing is, when Martin went into the room, the box had gone.
Oh,
box was not
no, really?
August obviously realised something was up and moved the box. Doesn't mean to say it's not in the house somewhere, but now we may have the keys.
Oh, man.
May have the keys.
Oh, I thought we put one over. I thought we put one over on August. So it's gone.
Well, yeah, but there are so many rooms in that house. It won't be far away. Maybe we can get Cuthbert involved. Maybe he can do like a metal detecting type thing.
Okay.
We could probably scan the house and see if there's a box-sized box.
There you go. Yeah.
You'll have to wait, I think, for now. But
listen, I want a resolution to this, see, because now you got I'm all kinds of curious about what's in that box.
Oh, there will be a resolution. I just don't quite know when.
Well, of course you don't, but do it so, try to do it before the turn of the next century.
I think it'll be early in 2023 at the latest.
Oh, that's a long time. Okay.
Well,
all right.
Not now, it's not. It's, we're nearly there. But anyway, right, well, just wanted to let you know that, one step forward, two steps back. But then
I guess so. But, thanks for letting me know, because it's been on my mind. Now I'm still, now I'm even more curious. What's he hiding? What is he hiding?
I mean, we only want to help him. I mean, and I have talked to him about it a bit. He knows that I know that something's going on, but I don't know whether I should just ask him outright. He can be quite open one minute and then quite secretive the next.
I remember.
But to be fair, it's a traumatic experience he went through
obviously. But
yeah.
Well, thank you anyway, and I'll let you know if I know anything else, and if
all
there's
right,
more creeping to be done, I'll get you involved.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I'll say goodbye for now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeesh, I hope that Shy Yeti bathed today. That's all I can say.
Oh my God, there's nothing I like better is when another new episode of the Shy Life podcast comes out.
598,
Oh, Paul ended the show on a cliffhanger. You know, I haven't been on Paul the Shy Yeti's little podcast in a long time. I don't know.